In the previous two videos, we were trying to integrate this. And our eyes should zoom into here. So any time that the integrand contains anything of this form here, we should make this substitution. And then when you make this substitution, then this whole thing here will become this. And why? At the moment, you don't fully understand why. At the moment, I'm just asking you to follow through the whole process. Over time, you will get an understanding. But for the time being, just follow through the process. So anytime that the integrand contains anything of this form here, you should make this substitution or this one. And then the whole thing itself will then become one of these two. Why it becomes one of those two, you will have a better understanding as time goes on. So anytime that the integrand contains anything of this form here, you should make this substitution. And when you make this substitution, then this whole thing here will then become this. And why it becomes this, over time you have an understanding, hopefully. Okay, but at the moment, just follow through the process. So let me give you another example. So let's try and integrate this. So let's try to integrate this. And when you look at this here, your eyes should zoom into this bit here. This is of the form a constant take away x squared. So this is of the form a constant take away x squared, and then you've got the square root. So it is of this form here. So we should make one of the two here. Let's choose a random one. Let's choose this one here, sine. So hang on. So we should make this substitution here, because you've got a 3 here, and the reason is, let's go back. When you're trying to integrate this, your eyes are zoom into this bit here. This is of this form here. This is of this form here, and this is a squared. So if you make this substitution where this is only a, okay. So looking at this here, we should make it as a 3, 3 sine theta. So once you've made this substitution, then dx equals this thing here. But once you've made this substitution, you want to draw a diagram, because your next question is, what should this be? Well, this thing here should be, well, you need the diagram. So you need to zoom, your eyes should zoom into here, draw your diagram. Looking at this, divide both sides by 3, so that would be this. Looking at this statement here, create a diagram in such a way that this statement is true. So draw your diagram like this, okay. And then sine is this, and let's make this statement to be true. So this is x, this here is 3. So this here is theta. So what if this is x and this is 3, then using Pythagoras, then this thing must be 9 take away x squared. You see, this thing here is this thing here. Okay, so what? Well, looking at this, our next job here is to try and translate this. So looking at this here, it would be cos. This thing here would be cos. So cos theta equals root equals this thing here. Root 9 take away x squared over the hypotenuse, which is 3, over the hypotenuse here. Now times both sides by 3, so that will then become this. So look at this here. This thing here is 3 cos theta. So this thing here is 3 cos theta. So this thing here is 3 cos theta. Okay, so now let's substitute back in. So now x squared, well, we're going to put this into here, so that will become 9 sine squared theta, and then the dx here, we are going to put the whole thing here into the dx here. And don't forget, this bit down here is just simply 3 cos. It's just simply this thing here, which is 3 cos theta. It's a bit messy, but this whole thing here will become this. Okay, so yeah, so this whole thing. Hang on, let me go back one step. So when trying to integrate this, identify your substitution. Once you've done your substitution, then you need to ask yourself, what would this be? Well, this thing here will be. Well, you need to translate this. So draw your diagram, and then blah blah blah, and then this whole thing here, will become this. So now it's just a matter of integrating this. So so integrating this, these two will cancel out. I will continue in the next video. So we are here. Okay.